Major League Baseball player, coach, and manager Tommy Lasorda lived to be 93 years old. He died from a heart attack in Fullerton, California, which is in Orange County, just south of Los Angeles County, where I am now, here at Rose Hills Memorial Park in Whittier, California. And he died January 7th, 2021. And I was here a couple of years ago looking for Tommy Lasorda Jr.'s gravesite. His nickname was Spunky, and I wasn't able to find it at the time. There was no GPS, and the directions weren't very good. But now that his father has passed away, who is much more famous, someone has added a GPS, so it made it much easier for me to find his gravesite today. And I was happy to see that they're laid to rest right next to each other, which kind of surprised me in a way. Spunky Lasorda died on June 3rd, 1991 in Santa Monica at the young age of 33, and his official cause of death was listed as pneumonia as a probable result of acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or AIDS. Father and son are buried next to each other in a section called the Gardens, which is located just 2 sections behind this church that you see here, called the Memorial Chapel. When I was here a couple of years ago looking for Spunky's gravesite, I was looking on this side of this waterfall. This is the west side, and I just discovered, using the GPS, that they're located behind the waterfall in the east side of this section. It's just a little bit higher up the hill. From everything that I've read online, Spunky was very open about his sexuality and was openly gay, but sadly it seems that his dad went to his grave refusing to ever acknowledge who Spunky really was. Until the end, he refused to accept his son's sexuality. And when asked in interviews, he told the press that his son was not gay and that he didn't die from AIDS. In a number of articles, it was reported that Tommy Lasorda had completely disowned his son, so that's why I was a little bit surprised today to see them laid to rest right next to each other. Obviously, he didn't completely disown him. He just wanted to keep him hidden in the closet. In other articles, Spunky's closest friends revealed that Spunky loved his dad, and they were very close, and he didn't want to do anything that would hurt his dad's career. So even though it's sad that his dad was never able to accept his son completely, it's more bittersweet knowing that they still chose to be buried next to each other. Something that's also very common among gay children who never married. I remember Tommy Lasorda because if you lived here in Los Angeles, you couldn't help but hear about him all the time. He managed the LA Dodgers for 2 decades, leading them to 2 World Series titles, one in 1981 and the second in 1988. In the year 2000, in Sydney, Australia, he also helped them win a gold medal in the Sydney Summer Olympics. And in 1997, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. When it came to baseball, Tommy Lasorda was a legend and one of the greats of all time. Unfortunately, he was one of the best in one of the worst professions when it comes to homophobia. But while most LGBTQ athletes are still forced to remain in the closet, recently a number of children of very famous athletes like Tommy Lasorda have come out of the closet and have been accepted by their legendary sports figure dads. Basketball legend Magic Johnson is supportive of his gay son, TV personality and socialite E.J. Johnson, and NBA superstar Dwayne Wade has also been supportive of his son Zion's LGBTQ sexuality. Hopefully these 2 dads will be an inspiration to all the other dads out there that you don't have to be homophobic to be a real man. In fact, just the opposite. And I'm assuming that this unmarked plot to the right of Tommy Lasorda's headstone and grave probably belongs to wife and mother Joan Lasorda, who just recently died at the age of 91 on September 20th, 2021. It typically takes 6 months to a year for the ground to settle after burial and for the headstones to be placed. This week I want to give a shout out to my extra generous Patreon supporter, Dan DeLynch. Thank you once again, Dan, for your always very generous support of my channel. It means a lot and it's very appreciated. In just a few months, I'll be celebrating the 5-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. So I also want to give a big shout out to all of you who have taken the time to subscribe. And to say thanks, I have a very long list of new and interesting cemeteries all lined up to visit this year. Thanks as always for joining me today, and until our next trip to the cemetery together. Thanks for sharing the memories, everybody.